Hello everybody, hope all of you are well, and today we will discuss the last portion of your chapter electrochemistry, and the batteries are now in your radio syllabus. It is out of syllabus, so we will not discuss batteries. So today we will focus mainly on the Faraday's laws of electrolysis that we will discuss. Michael Faraday proposed two simple laws as a result of his large number of experiments on electrolysis. First one is the Faraday's first law of electrolysis. The weight of the substance liberated at the cathode or anode, that means electrode, as a result of electrolysis is directly proportional to the quantity of electricity passed through the electrolyte. If W is the weight of the substance deposited or liberated at the electrode, and if Q is the quantity of electricity in coulombs, pass through this electrolyte, then we can write that W is proportional to Q. All of you know that Q is equal to I into T. I into T. Now what is I? I is current in amperes. T is the time in second. So from here, if we put the value here, so then W is proportional to I into T. Now from here we can write that W is equal to some proportionality constant, that is Z into I into T. Now what is Z? This Z is proportionality constant and it is called electrochemical equivalent. So Z is electrochemical equivalent. So this is the mathematical form of Faraday's first law. Now in this relation, if we put I is equal to 1 and T is equal to 1, then W is usually equal to Z. Thus, electrochemical equivalent of a substance is defined as the weight of the substance liberated when 1 ampere current is passed through the electrolyte for 1 second. It has been found that 1 Faraday is equal to 96,500 coulomb of electricity. That amount of electricity, if we pass through an electrolyte or electrolyte solution, then 1 gram equivalent of the substance will be deposited. And all of you know that 1 Faraday is equal to 96,500 coulomb, and coulomb is equal to what? Amperes into seconds. So electrochemical equivalent can be defined also the weight of the substance liberated at electrodes by the passage of 1 coulomb of electricity. So from here we can write that Z is equal to gram equivalent weight of the substance divided by 1 Faraday, that is 96,500 coulombs. So if we pass 96,500 coulomb of electricity okay, through silver nitrate solution, then what you will observe that at cathode there will be deposition of 108 gram of silver. Okay, so from here we can tell that this electrochemical equivalent Z is equal to W by Q. What is W? W is the weight of the substance liberated, okay, and Q is the quantity of electricity passed. So hope you can understand the Faraday's first law of electrolysis. Next we discuss the second law, okay, of Faraday. According to the second law, when same quantity of electricity is passed through different electrolytic solution, the weight of different substance produced at the electrodes are proportional to their equivalent weight. Suppose if we think about, if we take three solutions, one solution we are taking that, in one container we are taking that silver nitrate solution, in another container we have taken another electrolyte like copper sulfate solution, and here in another container we have taken that dilute sulfuric acid solution. Okay, now definitely in each container there will be two electrodes, and these electrode we have to add in a series. Here we are adding by wires, okay, metal wires, and here should be one key, okay, and during electrolysis of this solution, okay, we have to pass current. For this we are using what? We are using batteries. So this is nothing but battery. This is the battery and this one is the key. Okay. Now here what we will do? We have to pass the electricity through this 3 cell, okay, through this battery, okay, for a certain time or for a fixed time. The 3 cell receive the same amount of electricity, okay, and the weight of the silver, definitely this one is what? This one is plus and this one will be the minus. So silver will be deposited, okay, here to this electrode. In the same way copper will be deposited to this electrode, okay, and here also hydrogen will be deposited. Now what will be the ratio of their equivalent weights? So weight of the silver, weight of silver divided by weight of copper okay, weight of copper, when we pass the same amount of electricity, that will be the equivalent weight of first one is silver divided by the equivalent weight of copper. In the similar way, if we consider that hydrogen and copper, so weight of hydrogen gas divided by weight of copper definitely equal to the weight of the equivalent weight of the hydrogen divided by equivalent weight of the copper. So this one is equivalent weight of hydrogen divided by equivalent weight of copper. Hope you can understand. So we know that the equivalent weight of silver is 108. In case of copper, it will be we have taken that copper sulfate, that is copper plus 2, that will be 31.75, and hydrogen it will be 1.008. So this means that the quantity of electricity which liberates 108 gram of silver also produces 31.7 gram of copper and 1.008 gram of hydrogen. So this quantity of electricity which produces 1 gram equivalent of each substance is known as 1 Faraday. However, these days the term equivalent weight is not used, and the Faraday's law may be stated in terms of moles of electron. Electrons exchange during an electrochemical change or during electrolysis. So we'll always tell nowadays we'll define this thing according to mole concept. So according to Faraday's law, the number of moles of substance deposited or liberated at the electrode are proportional to the number of electrons exchanged during the electrochemical change. So we know that these are the oxidation reduction reactions. Now let us consider at cathode reaction. So during the electrolysis of molten sodium chloride, so what reaction takes place in the cathode? That sodium will accept 1 electron, forming this is the cathode reaction, forming sodium solid. Now here the passage of 1 electron produces 1 sodium atom, and the passage of 1 mole electrons that will deposit 1 mole sodium, that means 23 gram of sodium. The charge of 1 mole electron is called 1 Faraday, that is 96,500 coulomb. So if we pass 96,500 coulomb or 1 Faraday in the molten sodium chloride solution, then at cathode there will be 23 gram deposition of sodium. Now if we consider in case of magnesium, suppose if you take the molten magnesium chloride electrolysis, so at the cathode what will happen? There will be deposition of magnesium 2 plus will accept 2 electron from magnesium solid. So here 1 mole magnesium will be deposited by passage of 2 Faraday of electricity. Now in case of aluminium, if we think about the aluminium 3 plus, so it will accept 3 electron forming aluminium solid. So 1 mole aluminium will be deposited by passage of 3 Faraday of electricity. Hope you can understand. Next and the last point we will discuss, that is the relationship between the Faraday, Avogadro's number and charge of the electron. The charge carried out by 1 gram equivalent of substance is 1 Faraday. If N is the valency of an ion, then 1 gram equivalent or 1 gram ion of it is equivalent to N gram equivalent. Again I am telling that if N is the valency, then M is the valency of an ion, then the 1 gram of ion of it is equivalent to n gram equivalents. So hence 1 gram ions of a substance will carry charge equal to the n Faradays. Since 1 gram of each substance contains Avogadro number, that is the 6.023 in 10 to the power 23. So therefore charge on single ion, okay, that will be what? NF by Na. This one is the valency, this one is Faraday, and N is the Avogadro number, okay. This one coulombs. This one coulombs. Now the charge carried out by an ion, okay, it is a simple multiple of this part, that is F by Na, okay, and this F by Na is the fundamental quantity, okay, of charge and is the charge carried by an electron. So from here we can write that F by Na is the charge of nothing but one electron. So from here we can write that F is equal to Na into E minus. So from here we can easily calculate the Avogadro's number, okay, that is Na. Na is equal to what? F by E minus. So all of you know from class 11 that the Millikan's-Oeldrop method, the charge of an electron was determined from Millikan's-Oeldrop method. That will be 1.602 in 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb, and 1 farad is equal to 96,500 coulomb. So this is 1.602 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. So if we calculate this, definitely we will get the value of Avogadro number 6.023 into 10 to the power minus 23. In this way we can calculate, 6.023 into 10 to the power 23, not minus. So in this way we can calculate the Avogadro number, okay. So in this way we have also completed, okay, this chapter of electrochemistry, whatever is given in your reduced syllabus. Then we will practice some boards, numerical, what type of numerical is coming from this Faraday's laws, and as well as the lambda m, that means conductivity, okay, molar conductivity. So next we will discuss some numerical problems. First problem I am writing here, that came in the ISC 2008. ISC 2008. Question 1. The 0.05 molar NaOH solution offered a resistance of 31.6 ohm in a conductivity cell at 298 Kelvin. If the cell constant of the cell is 0.367 centimeter inverse, calculate the molar conductivity of the NaOH solution at this temperature. Okay, so all of you know that specific resistance kappa, that will be equal to 1 by R into cell constant. Here R value is given, that is 31.6 ohm, and cell constant is given 0.367 centimeter inverse. So if we calculate, we will get 0.01161 ohm inverse centimeter inverse. Now we know that we have to calculate the molar conductivity, this one. So molar conductivity lambda m is equal to 1000 into kappa divided by the molarity. So 1000 into this value 0.01161 divided by the molarity is given 0.05. So if we calculate it, we will get the value 232.2 ohm inverse centimeter square mole inverse. That will be the answer of this problem. Hope you can understand. This type of easy problem will come in your exam, that you have to practice. Many numerical problems are already solved, and you please try to solve the exercise problems. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. Next one is the question number 2 that came in the ISC 2012. Same type of problem. Here also you have to calculate the molar conductance. Okay. Here it is given the conductivity of 0.2 molar KCl solution is 3 into 10 to the power minus 2 ohm inverse centimeter inverse. Calculate its molar conductance. So here also the same formula you have to apply, that is lambda m equal to 1000 into kappa divided by the molarity. So here this kappa value is given. Okay, the conductivity of the solution is given. So 1000 into 3 into 10 to the power minus 2 divided by the molarity is 0.2. So if we calculate, we will get the value 150 ohm inverse centimeter square mole inverse. That will be the answer of this problem. Next we will discuss another problem that came in the year 2011. Problem is question 3, that how many electrons will flow when a current of 5 ampere is passed through a solution for 200 seconds. It came in the year 2011. So here you know that Q is equal to, you know, I into T. So I is given 5 and this one is 200. Okay, this one is coulomb, that is 1000 coulomb. And we know that F is equal to N into E. So here F is given that 1000 coulomb. So we have to calculate the N, and E is 1.602 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. So if we calculate the value of n, you will get 6 to 4 into 10 to the power 19 electrons. So how many electrons will flow when when a current of 5 ampere is passed through a solution of 200 seconds? Your answer will be 624 into 10 to the power 19 electrons. Okay. Next we will discuss another type of problem that is based on Coulter's law. Coulter's law I discussed in my previous class. Next, question number 4, that the value of lambda infinity for HCl, NaCl and CH3CAA are 426.1, 126.3 and 91.0 ohm inverse centimeter square mole inverse respectively. Okay. Calculate the value of lambda m infinity for CH3CAA. So we know this is the application of Coulter's law. Okay, it is impossible to calculate the lambda m infinity for weak electrolytes. So by applying Coulter's law, we can easily calculate. We have already discussed the theory. So here you have to write in answer that applying Coulter's law, we can write that lambda m of acetic acid infinity is equal to lambda m infinity HCl plus lambda m infinity CH3CAA minus lambda m infinity of NaCl. Now if we put the value 426.1 plus this one is 91.0 minus 126.3. To calculate, you will get the value, that is 390.6 ohm inverse centimeter square mole inverse. That will be the answer of your problem. Hope you can understand. This type of easy problem may come in your exam, your board exam. All of you practice from your book, and I will also give some numerical problems, okay, in your worksheet. Next, another type of problem I am discussing. Calculate the number of coulombs. Calculate the number of coulombs coulombs required to deposit 5.4 gram aluminium when the electrode reaction is Al3 plus 3 electron forming aluminium solid. Okay, so here we know that W is equal to Z into I into T, that we know. Okay, now I and T is equal to Z into Q, and also we know that W is equal to that if we put the Z value, that will be E by F into Q. So from here we have to calculate the value of Q. Q is equal to W into F divided by E. Now what is the W? W will be that is the weight deposited 5.4 gram, and F is the 1 Faraday here. Calculate the number of required 5.4 at 1 electrode is this one. So here 1 Faraday, that means 96,500 coulomb. And what will be the E equivalent weight? So here 3 electrons. Aluminium atomic weight is supplied, that will be supplied, that is 27. This 27 and 3 electron is there, divided by 3. So if you calculate this figure, you will get 57,900 coulomb. So that will be your answer of this question. So this type of problem you will practice, okay, and in this way I have completed the electrochemistry chapter, and in my next class I will discuss the new chapter, chemical kinetics, and then your half yearly syllabus will be completed. So today up to this, thank you.